Hey double dip babes, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be doing another jelly tip application video, and I'll also be doing a really pretty French tip nail design. I do already have my nails prepped how I want for this application. If you do want your nails to last, make sure to follow a very good nail prep routine. I am going to be using the mini lamp from the mini gel tip kit. This is the perfect lamp to cure jelly tips into place. I am going to be using the 4-in-1 base coat. I believe this is from the Mini Luxe gel tip kit. I'm also going to be using the long coffin jelly tips. You can use any length or shape jelly tip for this manicure. For the nail prep, you would want to push back your cuticles. After that step, you're going to file away the shine of your natural nails. After you file the nails, you do want to apply protein bond, and this is a dehydrator to help your manicure last longer. After the protein bond, you do want to apply the adhesive primer, and this just prevents lifting in your manicure. These are from the Premium Jelly Liquid Kit, and these are essential liquids to applying jelly tips. That kit does come with press-on glue gel, but I am going to be using the 4-in-1 base coat as I do really like this product as well. You do want to apply a layer of this onto your nails and then cure for 1 minute. As you can see, this does have a very thick consistency. I'm going to go ahead and apply the jelly tips onto the nails. I'm just applying a little bit of the base coat gel inside of the nail tip, and once I have that gel, I'm going to go ahead and turn the nail lamp on and start applying the jelly tips. I'm pushing the nail tip down towards my cuticle area, and I'm going to slowly push down until the nail tip is in the perfect position. Once the gel reaches the free edge of my natural nail, I'm going to hold it under the UV LED nail lamp for 1 minute. You do want to make sure not to wiggle the nail tip around, just to make sure that you cure it on straight. I'm going to repeat the same process for all of the other nails. These jelly tips are really nice quality. They do have a lot of strength to them, so they are very sturdy. After the application, you can get away with just painting nail polish or gel polish over top of them. I do really love that they give your nails a lot of strength. These nail tips can also last 3 to 6 weeks with proper application and care, so these do last a very long time if you apply them properly. Doing jelly tips is one of the quickest application methods for getting extensions on your nails. The actual application for one hand after the nail prep only takes about 5 to 10 minutes, and that is super quick for other methods of nail enhancements. This is also super beginner friendly because you don't have to worry about building the apex or the structure of the nails. After the application, you can just apply some regular nail polish or gel polish and you're good to go. So this is definitely one of the best application methods for beginners doing their own nails. It does take a little bit of practice to understand how much gel to put inside of the nail tip. You don't want to apply too much, but you want to make sure you have enough gel to fully cover your natural nail, because if you have any gaps in between the nail tip and your natural nail, you will get bacteria and moisture trapped in those areas. So make sure you have enough gel inside of your jelly tip. You also don't want to have too much, otherwise it's going to cure underneath your nail. After all of the jelly tips are cured into place, I'm going to take the professional portable e-file, and I'm going to be using this with a cuticle drill bit at a speed of about 6,000 RPMs, and I'm going to be filing around the cuticle and sidewall areas of the nail tips. This step is optional, and you can also use a hand file, but I find working with a cuticle drill bit like this works very well. Doing this step again is optional, but it does make the nail tips look a lot more natural. I'm going to repeat the same thing for all of the other nails as well. Here are the nails after I've filed around the cuticle areas. I'm going to be doing some dip powder applications. So I am going to be using this dip powder color, and this is called Strawberry Mousse. It's a really pretty light pink color. I love this color a lot and I haven't used it in a while. So to apply the dip powder, I'm going to be using the dip base, which is number 2. So to apply the dip powder, I'm just going to start by applying a layer of dip base to the entire nail. Because the jelly tips have enough strength to them, I'm not going to be building an apex with dip powder. I'm only going to be doing 2 full layers to get the correct opacity for the color. Once the dip base has been applied, I'm going to dip into the dip powder and tap away the excess. I'm going to repeat the same thing for all of the other nails. Like I was saying before, because the jelly tips do have a good structure to them, you really don't need to apply something like dip powder over top of them. Again, you can definitely get away with just doing gel polish or regular nail polish, but personally I wanted to use dip powder for this manicure. After the first layer of dip powder has dried, I'm going to take the mermaid tail fluffy nail brush and I'm going to dust away all of the excess dip powder. This step is important to prevent ruining your dip base brush. I'm going to be repeating the exact same process to do a second layer of dip powder color on all of the nails. Again, you don't want to do too many layers of dip powder because it does add a lot of strength and bulk to the nail if you apply too much. So I'm only applying 2 layers of dip powder to get the correct color for this dip powder. And again, after the second layer of dip powder is fully dry, I'm going to dust away all of the excess dip powder. After the nails are dusted, I'm going to take the activator, which is number 3, and I'm going to apply this very generously to all of the nails. Activator hardens the layers of dip powder and allows you to shape and file the nails. Here's what the nails look like. So the next step is to take a hand file, and I'm going to go ahead and reshape the edges of the nails. These jelly tips are pre-shaped, but I'm going to refine the nail shape because the dip powder can alter the nail shape just a little bit. So I'm just going to go ahead and reshape the edges of the nails. I'm also going to be filing over the surface of the nail as well, just to try to get a very smooth surface. Depending how bumpy your manicure is, you can use a e-file, or if your nails are very smooth, you can get away with just using a buffer to smooth the surface. I went ahead and filed all of the other nails off camera. Here are the nails after they've all been filed and shaped. I'm going to go back with the activator, which is number 3, and I'm going to apply another layer of this product onto the nails. I do tend to skip this step quite a lot, but after you buff the nails, you do want to make sure to apply a second layer of the activator just to make sure that those layers of dip powder fully dry. After that layer is dry, you do want to make sure to take a lint-free wipe and wipe away any of the excess activator, especially if you're going to be using the dip top coat, which is number 4, because if that gets in contact with the activator, your brush will harden. Next, I'm taking the base coat gel. This is from one of the polygel kits. I did have something else in mind, so I actually did not use the dip powder, so just try to ignore that. I'm going to be applying a layer of the base coat onto the index nail, and then I'm going to cure that layer for 1 minute. After the base coat layer is fully cured, I'm going to take this Mermaid Chrome powder pigment, and I'm going to be applying this with an eyeshadow applicator. I'm only going to be applying this to the area where I want my French tip nail to be. I am just scrubbing that pigment directly into the sticky layer of the base coat gel, and I'm going to do this to fill in the entire French tip area. I don't usually work with powders or pigments on my nails, but I do really love how this set turned out. Again, I'm just kind of guessing at where I want the French tip nail to be, and I'm slowly building that up until I get the perfect French tip look. I'm not very worried about how the smile line looks because I am going to go over that with some gel art liner, but for now I'm just filling in the tip portion of the French tip nail. I did decide to test this design idea out on my index nail, which is why I'm not doing the other nails at the same time. Doing that would definitely save you a lot more time when doing this manicure, but to test out the design, I only did it on my index nail. Once the pigment has been applied, I'm going to very gently dust away any excess powder from the nail, and then I'm going to take the top coat gel. This is also from one of the polygel kits, and I'm going to be applying a layer of this onto the entire nail. I did go ahead and cure that layer under the nail lamp. Next, I'm taking the white gel art liner. This is from the first gel liner collection, and I'm going to be using this to outline the French tip nail. I am trying to follow the chrome pigment that I do have outlined already, so I'm just basically outlining the chrome pigment. You can do the smile line as curvy or as straight as you like. Personally, I do like French tips that are pretty curvy, so this is just how I like to do my own French tips. I am just moving down the nail just a little bit, and I'm going to be doing another smile line outline. I know that double French tips are very popular right now, and I really wanted to try a design like this. So again, I'm just following the previous smile line that I did just to get these lines as even as possible. After I have those two smile lines, I am going to be outlining the rest of the French tip. You can fill in the entire thing just to have a normal French tip nail with a little outline, but I wanted to outline the tip portion of the French tip nail. After I have the French tip outlines, I'm going to go ahead and cure that layer for 1 minute. Next, I am taking the rhinestones from one of the polygel kits, and I'm going to be using these small ones. I am going to be applying these with the top coat gel. This is also to finish off the gel liner design, so I'm just going to apply a layer of the top coat gel onto the nail. I am going to take my tweezers and pick up some of these small rhinestones, and I'm just going to place these at the cuticle area into the wet gel. I went ahead and cured that layer, and I'm going to repeat the same process for all of the other nails. I do believe that if you wanted to recreate this nail design, that you should definitely do all of the nails at once like I'm doing now. It would definitely save you a lot of time, and you don't have to worry about doing all of the steps to each individual nail. It does make it seem a lot quicker, but again, I did want to test out the nail design on the index nail before I repeated it on all of the other nails. This nail set was super easy to do, but I do have to say the hardest part is applying the chrome pigment to the area of the French tip nail. For the pinky nail, I actually did not apply the chrome pigment high enough, so there is a little gap in between the chrome pigment and the gel liner. But other than that, the set is very simple and perfect for beginners. For the rhinestones, I did actually apply 2 rhinestones on top of each other. They're not touching, but they are really close to each other at the cuticle area. I only showed applying 1 rhinestone onto the index nail, but that one does have 2 as well. So again, I'm going to do the same thing for all of the other nails. Once all of the rhinestones are in the perfect position, I'm going to do the final cure under the UV LED nail lamp. Once the nails are cured, the last step is to take the cuticle oil, which is number 6, and apply this generously to all of your cuticles. It is really important to rehydrate your skin after every single manicure. And here are the nails. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. If you want to see more videos, you can click the boxes or subscribe to Double Dip's YouTube channel by clicking the circle here. You can also subscribe to my personal YouTube channel by clicking the circle here.